But we'll see what we can do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Critscast, the Team Fortress 2 podcast. This is a very, very special day. It is, of course, the Saxxy Awards 2013. There has been, of course, a full Saxxy Awards. Just realised I can hear myself, but that's going away right now. And I've just seen that our screen is completely blank. Is that the same for everyone? No, there it is.
Something's happening.
We have a screen now. Things are happening. Things are going exactly the way they should be. Yes, everybody, this is, of course, the Saxxys. The month, the day, the week, the moment, the hour. Any kind of speculation is out the window in just a few moments.
I feel we should have some background music for this. Would you like me to,
wait, can you fiddle the ivories? Can you twiddle the ivories? Is that something you can
do? You know, that kind of pre-awards vibe that you get? Sparkling lights in the background, the paparazzi, the glitz, the glamour, all the stars out tonight. Wonderful.
That voice you can hear, of course, belongs to my co-host for this evening. This is Mr. Ruskidoo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are here for a lovely, lovely awards ceremony this evening.
Wow. I'm kind of beside myself with awe of that. But there is, of course, a few more people who are here this evening. And first of all, Doug. Doug will be in and out, I believe. He's a gorgeous fellow. He's also an editor, and he's very kindly agreed to enthrall us with his entertaining wit. Doug, Ratman the Pyro, hello. How are you doing this evening?
I am doing fine, thank you. I could not find my bow tie, but I am looking sneaky.
You're very quiet,
very quiet, Doug.
Oh,
is your microphone above your head? No, it's there.
No, it is not. Let me change that a bit. How is that?
Much louder.
Now you're very loud.
Significantly louder.
How is that?
Now you're very quiet again.
I don't know what you're doing, Doug.
Let's have very loud, Doug. At least we can hear him.
How is that? Is that
okay?
decent?
That's good.
That'll do, Doug. That'll do. Okay. Doug, you're not the two gentlemen as wonderfully important as you are. Really, you're not the stars of the show. Neither am I. In fact, neither am I.
Not.
The stars this evening belong to three gentlemen who are incredibly awesome people in the world of SFM. On the starting lineup in his very French way, we have Max of S2D.
Good evening.
Max, you've got a horse running in today's race, so you'll be keen to find the results and nominees and whatnot in each category. And
yeah,
how is life treating you at the moment? So
I'm a little sick with both allergies and a cold, but I think I'll do just fine.
Let's all be grateful that the hard work has been done, and we can expect to have words of wisdom from those beautiful French lips as the show progresses. We're also joined by a gentleman who has seen rather a lot of press coverage recently. It is, of course, James McVinne, all the way out there from French Canada. Hello, James. Who's completely mute for some reason. Hopefully James will be coming back to us.
I think he's away from the keyboard.
He's AFK. That's unfortunate timing.
He's trying to find his webcam.
Right.
He better be trying to find his bow tie.
And his bow tie. There's no point in having a webcam if you don't have a bow tie. We also have with us CobaltGemini.
Yes.
I'm led to believe that's not your real name.
No. Brent Kennedy.
Brent Kennedy. I kind of almost
that would
wish
be
it
some
was
seriously hippie parents.
Yeah,
we'd like to name our son CobaltGemini.
Oh,
it's like Gemini is your surname at Cobalt. Yeah, Cobalt. We call him Cobalt because he's cobalty. Cobalt, you are of course the one of the men behind the awesome work that is the Little Pyro.
Little Guardian Pyro, yes. Yes, we spent a very long time working on that short, and I didn't expect the explosive reception that it got, but it's been phenomenal.
Did you think to yourself when you were making this that you were going to be among many people, many videos that were going to be wonderful, amazing, and creative and special, and you would almost be dwarfed by their presence and power?
Oh, no.
No, good. So you weren't disappointed then. Do you think you got a good chance with this year's entry?
I can only hope. We all did our best. Every last one of the team. Some of them joined in late in the game, but everyone gave 100%, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
That's nice. That's sweet. That's really very generous of you. Well, we shall see certainly when things go live today. I'm hoping that somebody's going to come to me with a webpage with the site to go to for the Saxi Awards, because at the moment I'm looking at like the main page, the sourcefilmmaker.com/Saxi Awards. It's got a few shorts listed on there. Sorry, it's got a few nominees listed on there, but nothing live. Maybe if I keep on pressing F5.
It should be sourcefilmmaker.com/Saxi Awards.
Sourcefilmmaker.com. That's where I'm on at the moment. So,
okay.
Hoping that will update in a few moments. We've got about 18 minutes to spare before we actually have to go live proper. Hopefully, James will come back to us before then, and we'll be able to have a quick conversation with him. But in the meantime, actually, while we've got you on set, there's no set here. What am I on about? On cam. Do you want to walk us through certainly the guys that were involved in your short?
Yeah, okay. Well, it all started with me and one other person. Rantis is his username, but his real name is August Lulam. And I came up to him with a concept for what I wanted to do with the Saxxys, with the dolls coming to life and whatnot. Now, originally, my idea was that we would just use smaller versions of the mercenaries, and that we would switch from the miscellaneous to the model, because I didn't think we could make, custom models for this short. But Rantis convinced me otherwise, and I'm glad he did, because I think we did much better, like using the actual dolls and then animating them. Then, as time went on, Rantis got a hold of Harry 101 UK, Harry Callahan, and because we needed a sound designer, and Rantis had worked with Harry before, so he got Harry on, and he was originally going to be our composer. But Harry mostly does, synthesizer stuff, and he wasn't all that good with what we wanted, which was like orchestra. So Harry got his roommate, who eventually became our composer, Hassan Abdullah, and he did a phenomenal job with the score. I can't believe we found him. He just totally nailed it. I mean, an animation is 50% music, and we didn't have a whole lot of characters talking. So Hassan really made the music speak for the characters, and for that I am incredibly grateful. Then there's Chow Fanatic, who came in, and he also did work for Max, actually, for his Crackpot short. He did the particle effects for Crackpot, and he did the particle effects for Blue Guardian Pyro. He did a great job. He added a lot of stuff that I didn't expect. And the last person on the team is actually a bit of an interesting story. If you may have heard, you may have not, there was this short that was buzzing about going for the Saxxys called Internauts. And yeah. Well, the thing is, this guy, I'm not going to say his name, but he had Winslow Magna, who was the other animator for Little Guardian Pyro. Winslow was homeschooled, so he was like available for most of the day. And this guy was having Winslow animate like 14 hours a day on Internauts. And so the guy was like seriously abused. Finally, like after three months of this, Winslow says that he has enough, and he goes off of the project. And then the guy releases Internauts, crediting only himself, which of course disqualified him. They took down his video and all that. So we felt bad for him because he just spent 3 months of his life animating for 14 hours a day for a short that wouldn't even be released for the Saxxys. And we had about a week left, and we had one scene that wasn't done, which is the scene in Little Guardian Pyro where they have the engineer pick up the dispenser and then like move it a little bit to the left. So we gave that scene to him, and he totally nailed it. Seriously, he did that in about a day. So he showed some serious dedication, and he definitely earned his spot on the list. So yeah, I'd like to thank all of them. They did a fantastic job.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in that. Like, I mean, we're seeing at the moment with the engineer just building his dispenser. Like, it's needed, the necessary, the kind of the comic moments where it's just this full drama is interspersed with this kind of moving the dispenser.
Yeah, I actually, I wrote the entire short like ahead of time, and then I modeled the models that we used, the custom models, and then Rantis boned and rigged them so that I could animate them, and he did the facial anims. And then I basically animated 90% of the short. I would give the remaining 10 to the other animators. Rantis also did some animation. He did like entire scenes as well as the facial animations. And Harry, actually, even though he lent his hand, he did the little scene where the angel winks at the devil after they've been, you know, put back on the pyro's chest. Yeah, Harry did that.
The little ting.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. And there's so many elements to it, and so many. I mean, I'm no animator, but I've watched enough cartoons and I've watched enough anime and whatnot to recognise that there is more involved in this than just one man could ever do. But how did you manage to get the team together? You talked about sort of getting people in. Was it a case of knowing a man who knows a man?
That man was Rantis. Rantis was the one who got connected, and he's the one who basically brought the right people together on the team. Yeah, he did a really great job. I couldn't ask for a better person on this team.
So I'm just having a conversation with the guys in chat at the moment. We are, of course, live on twitch.tv/Critscast. The idea of today's event is really just to walk through everything that happens in the Saxxys, to make this as much of an award show as we possibly can. I'm wearing a dicky bow. We've got Ruskido fully clogged up. Sir, you are the most amazing. He's taking a sip of his martini, biting on one of those olives. He has like 4,000 olives on a stick. I have every impression that he has all the intention in the world of munching away on those the entirety of the show. That's absolutely fantastic.
We had no martini, so this is just straight vodka. I think as the show progresses, combined with my gin and tonic in a champagne glass.
Congratulations, sir.
This is the best I'm going to the all evening.
Only downhill from here on out. So I'm just looking at the audience. We actually have JimboMcB in here. Would anybody mind if we grab Jimbo and brought him in as well?
I don't mind.
Yeah, let's get him in.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. See if he is online. JimboMcB.
He's like the king of Team Fortress 2 videos before Source Filmmaker.
Well, he's old school.
A primordial filmmaker. He was making films with just sticks in a forest. That's what Jimbo was doing.
Really? Is that how it works?
Yeah, entirely.
Rubbing them together and seeing if fire blooms forth. Hello, Jimbo, otherwise known as JimboMcB, creator of Nope.avi, who loves to be reminded of the whole Nope.avi thing.
Every possibility. Your greatest work.
Nothing I love more. Yep, that's nothing I love more in life than being reminded of that every chance that people get. It's pretty wonderful, actually, being known for one single thing and having that referenced any time I'm ever.
How does it feel having your entire life ahead of you and knowing that every step of the way, people will just refer back to a sketch that you knocked up in an afternoon?
You're never going to be as good. You'll never do anything quite as well received as
it is absolutely
Nope.avi.
wonderful. I've basically done the best thing I can do in life, and it's all downhill from here. So
you've achieved already, and you've done that. You can just do whatever you like now, essentially.
That's it. The world is your oyster to chew on and spit out.
That's one way.
Speaking of which, would you have James back now? Is he back, or is he still rummaging around?
He said he'll be back in a second.
Okay, well that's something to look forward to then. We still have a few minutes to go before we actually kick off. Why don't we have a conversation with Max while we've got you? Max, we kind of rather poorly attributed the entirety of Crackpot to you.
Can't get our facts wrong. No.
No, I know. It's
Yeah,
almost
that's
never
really
heard
wrong.
of. But I believe that there are quite a few more people on the team that created Crackpots than just yourself. Max.
Well, yeah, there were 18 people creating it, and I wasn't even the project leader. Like, it's kind of funny because both last year and this year, I wasn't gonna do something for the Saxxy, and then someone convinced me repeatedly. Like, it took a lot of convincing to try and get me to do something. Yeah, it was Rebecca, who did all the models, all those character models. And this year it was Saints, who originally made that workshop submission that got in game in Halloween. The part for the pyro. And he was the project leader, and he thought that I was the missing piece for the project because he basically already had everyone, but he was missing, an editor and a bit of animation and all that stuff. So yeah. And whenever
with 18 people involved, do you actually have a list, like a rundown of everyone who was in it?
Yeah. Do you want me to give you a list?
Yeah, go on, do it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to load that over this insanely slow 3G connection. Okay.
While we load that, I just want to quickly introduce the last member of today's audience, or today's critical, not audience, everybody in the audience. I'm going to introduce everybody in the audience. There's 120 people watching this right now. It's too long. It would take too long. But no, last person on this panel, as Rusky rightly points out, is of course James McVinne, the wonderful creator of End of the Line. Well, certainly, as we have seen so far, creator of End of the Line trailer. So far. It's a possibility something will come more in the future. We did have you on the last episode of Critscast, which if I pass the mic over to Doug for just a moment. Doug, when's that coming out?
I will be working on it overnight as soon as I get out of this, and will probably be up tomorrow midday-ish.
Yes! For which I should have to do show notes.
British time.
British time. It's the best time.
Yes, it is.
Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh, something I might add. James, have you got your microphone down? On your side?
Hello.
Oh, you've got a Yeti.
He has the beast.
Fancy mic. Blimey.
The Yeti.
Well,
could you wield the Yeti as if it was a cudgel? Just because these things are they look magnificent. Look at that.
You'll have to say something so you become main screen there, James, would you?
Hello, I'm here. Is this working? Yep.
We need more from you.
Oh, what?
We need more. We need more. You need to be more front and center.
Slide in. Wait, I'm on a wheelie chair.
Are we doing introductions or what?
Yeah, well, everybody else seems to have been introduced. There we are. You're on main screen at the moment, James.
Hello, I'm here.
That is a huge microphone. That is absolutely enormous.
It does the job quite nicely.
And the microphone's quite large as well.
Are you compensating for something?
Hmm?
Are you compensating for something?
Could be.
Who knows?
Could be.
The need of having good sound quality, Doug. What else would you be implying?
Oh.
Well, you went there already. So once should we skip back to Max for one last bit. The 18 people. I believe you have that list now.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to go that not too slowly. So there was Saints. He was pretty much the project lead, the director. Then there was Rain, Ward Rain van der Bruggen. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. He did all the character design, most of the parallel stuff. He did the parallel parts. There was me, whatever. There was another guy named Maxi who did the rigging of the babies. There was Psych, who you may already know because he has a few items in game in TF2. He did the texturing for the babies. There was someone else, Alfred Camidulin, also known as Hieronymus 7Z, who did also some Parian stuff. The composer goes by the name of Juno. We do not know her real name, but she is very nice.
What a great business.
Then Cow Fanatic, as we said, did the particle effect. Then animators Jack Moo, Art Fuznarp, Exclude X01. You may remember, you know, the my ass is trying to eat my hand or something like that. That was him. Nognade, Kalios Yevolotak, Hypo, who also did, you know, that amazing entry, Chinatown Getaway, Ferexes, then Bang, El Sato and Bunny did additional help. Yeah, that's pretty much the list.
That's a huge list for what is effectively, and it's listed here as being in the short category, it's less than a minute long. So,
yeah, a lot of custom content.
Did people just work on like 10 seconds each? Is that how they kind of split it up? Or?
Well, what happened is that the whole video was divided in 24 shots, and saints attributed shots to people, and when they were done, I would like go through them, animate the camera, add the basic lighting. Then Cow Fanatic would add particles. Then it would be sent back to me for more tweaking, and then we would do back and forth until we were all satisfied. Then I would render.
Nice.
And do the thing.
Wow, that's a lot of effort. It's actually kind of surprising, really. I mean, just talking to you and to Cobalt. I like calling you Cobalt, by the way. I hope you don't mind.
Sure. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so there seems to be a lot of these things based with just huge teams. Not necessarily, I don't imagine there'll ever be a team as large as 18 people ever again. But it seems to be the done thing with SFM, particularly with the turnarounds you guys got to work on to actually get a lot of people involved in this kind of stuff. I'm assuming that whether you guys are like animators in the real world or not, that's something you'll have to learn to work with.
Yep. Yeah, I don't animate professionally. I just started with Source Filmmaker. In fact, I made an entry for last year's Saxi called Pyro in Love.
I love that.
Oh, you did? You've seen it?
I remember that.
Yeah. That was me. Yeah. And this was actually my first time working with a team on a project, and it was very challenging. It had some rough patches, definitely more than a few rough patches, but I am so happy I'm proud of
were there any
everyone on my
major
team.
sort of falling outs you had as a result of this? Any kind of unresolved fights?
Well, there was one hiccup when we agreed that since everyone was working on this, we were wondering about re-uploads because, you know, Harry 101 UK, he has a lot of subscribers, and we figured that if we had the short, at least a trailer for the short uploaded to his channel, it would drum up a lot of publicity.
Yep.
We didn't know it. And but by the way, this is during the last 3 days of production, and we had all gotten no more than 2 hours of sleep. So Harry decided, without telling anyone else, that he was going to upload his own version to his channel with like something tacked on in the end that links to his videos.
Yep.
He did that about a half hour before we uploaded to the Saxxys, and we didn't even know.
Ow.
But Harry's a really sweet guy. He's really
friends.
great. Yeah, but I knew he didn't do that like out of spite. He did that because he was really tired, and he was excited too. We all were.
It must be very hard to be able to hold on to your excitement. I just want to put it is actually live time for the Saxxy Awards.
Oh,
I'm hitting refresh, and in fact there it goes. View the overall winner. Does that mean that we're like getting them all at once?
Whoa. Are we?
We are. So well, let's go through it then.
We won overall. Holy hell!
Well, that's blown that one then, hasn't it?
Smooth.
Smooth. Well, I think we're skipping then to the overall winner. And I believe Little Guardian Pyro gets it. Congratulations. You are excited. I can see that, certainly.
Yeah. Oh, holy wow. Oh, God.
That's a very real reaction. That's amazing.
Oh, man.
So you're feeling pretty damn good.
Oh yeah,
then.
they just revealed the results. Nice.
We did it.
And you win. I knew it.
Well, that's
Well
extraordinary.
deserved.
Good vid. Such a good vid.
Wow.
Well, I really wish they'd announced them one at a time. We've got all of them at once, and in fact, Brent has unsurprisingly clicked on the view overall winner. Of course, that the prize for overall winner is pretty spectacular. It's a trip out. Am I getting this right? It's a trip out to Seattle.
Is that for everyone
Oh
involved?
my god. I don't know. I don't know. I really hope, because I want nothing more than to shake the hand of all the team members that were involved in his production. Oh god. I'll need to pack my bags.
Cancel everything. You have a date in Seattle.
Oh.
Well, congratulations.
Wow, yeah.
There's a part of me that thinks that you just want to rush out and like tell everyone, open the windows and shout to the world. Is there anything? Who are you going to tell first?
Well, I actually have my parents watching this Twitch TV Kritzcast. Yeah, high five. Oh, I'm getting a call right now, and that's. I'm gonna mute my mic because this is probably. Hello.
If it's one of the team, get them on via
Absolutely.
putting them next to you. No, he just gets to watch the gesticulation.
Field goal! Field goal!
Oh wow!
And Disruption got one as well, which is really good because I think that thing really earned one as well.
That's very
So
good. We
that
should,
got
we
the
should go
comedy.
through
Them.
categories.
Let's go through them. So on the shorts categories, we've got Crackpot, the Manco Symphony, Survival of the Fittest, and No Hard Feelings. These categories are kind of this is a new category for the Saxxys. It's a chance to do just 1 minute of video. We have Max here, who is as we said responsible in some part for Crackpot. The video itself was taken from the comic book. Was it a page-for-page direct conversion from the comic book? Max?
I think that's more or less how they wanted it to be, yeah.
So it's a bit of a spectacular one from the point of view of it's very pink, it's very blue. It is Pyrovision in Pyrovision lands.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a beautiful kind of rainbow of effects there, and particles, and all sorts of wonderful things that you wouldn't normally otherwise expect to see just taken
Oh boy,
purely from
the connection
SFM.
is breaking up.
Sorry, Max, are you able to hear? Are you able to talk?
Yeah, I'm quite freaking out in my chair. Yeah, I got like so many people messaging me saying congratulations.
You totally deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. My word.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally wasn't ready for like, bam, best overall. I thought it was going to be like last year when they revealed them like one by one.
Do you know what? So did we.
Yeah.
The format of the show is out the window.
All dressed up and nowhere to go, bugger.
I told you like 10,000 times that should be winning best overall, Brent, and you still didn't believe me.
No, I didn't. But oh wow.
So if we can skip through and take a quick look at the winner of the shorts category, then it goes in this case to the Manco Symphony. Beautiful rendition.
Oh my
and
word! I know that guy. That guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe he won. I gotta tell him congratulations.
Because he did a song-based one last year, which I don't think got nominated, but was equally as good. So it's nice to see he did the same kind of format this time around, and it really paid off for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether or not YouTube's being hammered by the thousands of people who are watching the hundreds of thousands of people who are watching the Saxxys at the moment. I know that I'm having difficulty streaming this, but the whole idea of like taking an individual soundtrack from each of the items that are available in TF2 and plugging them together and making an audio track, kind of a cool idea.
Have you heard the album Rocking Fortress? It's basically an entire album which someone has done along a similar concept, and it's really, really good. My favourite song is Unna Hunna Her, which the main lyric is the line Hudda Hudda Her. Have you not? Oh my god, I need to play you this. It's amazing.
Let me go directly to YouTube and see whether or not I can get this. This is better, I think. Well, here we go.
Spoiled baby diaper? No! Thanks, mate.
Did my connection just drop, or is everyone silent?
Everyone's silent.
Video.
Well,
Actually, I kind of want to turn to James on this. Sorry, not to James, but to Jimbo. JimboMcB, who I believe now has a video as well, all of his own. JimboMcB, say something so we can get you on the full screen.
Hi. Will you get me on the full screen?
Yes, we can. We can see you live from Students' Accommodation. I know this because it looks identical to every other Students' Accommodation that's ever existed in the world ever. Jimbo, that shot we just seen there with the Manco Symphony is very similar to kind of the original sort of Gmod style, and a very sort of simplified version of animation. Would you compare it to the work that you did with Nope.avi, which I thought I'd better sort of mention again since it's been 5 minutes?
No, it reminds me a lot of the work that Litfuse Films used to do, like the Ballad Black Mesa. It reminded me a lot of that, which I liked, and it's nice to see that it can still be applied to newer things, and it's still relevant and winning Saxes. So
Lit Fumes, of course, something that Zach Scott was responsible for in terms of a director. We actually have.
Are you serious?
Sorry, getting reaction all the time.
Oh yes.
There we go.
Amazing.
I'm sorry.
less.
Sorry, James McVie. That's Litfuse is something kind of close to your heart as well.
Yeah, it's kind of formed out of like a group of two different groups which came together, which was originally PHW, and Zach had Mighty Crane, and I was part of PHW at the time, and they kind of merged and got the best of both guys. So it's kind of started by Zach and Rob Stoneman, who really got that ball rolling, and it turned into a really great thing for them.
Yeah, it kind of it's defaulted now. It's actually died, but the website.
That's because they all went to BioWare.
They all got jobs.
The whole team, yeah.
The whole team went to BioWare.
Pretty much.
Wow, that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was done by Salad Othon is the guy associated with the website for the Manco Symphony. Do we know it? Do we know him? Is there any amongst us?
I know him.
You know him.
I know him.
Yeah,
he was one of my friends before I played like MVM when it first came out with him, and we're friends, but we're like just Steam friends. I really rooted for him the first time he did it. The first time he entered it. Yeah, I'm so happy for him.
Steam friends, I'm messaging
real
with
friends
him
right now.
Steam friends are real friends. What are you on about?
One of the guys, Saladathon, he did a frag vid which had some of Bubble Bobbler stuff in, so that's how we know him.
Oh, awesome!
It's all an interconnected, weird little family.
Everybody knows everybody else. Should we go on to action?
Sure. I mean, I'd just like to say that I think it's really lovely something like this got in, because it perhaps doesn't have the like super polished kind of really high production values that some have, but the concept and the editing is just so thoroughly charming that I'm glad that something like this got a look in. Thumbs up.
I think, I mean, what sort of stands out most about the short films within the whole kind of the 1 minute scenario that you've got to fill. The story is there. There was, I mean, that kind of Manco Symphony felt like it was a much longer piece. Together, like No Hard Feelings and Survival of the Fittest. They're all very small pieces. And in fact, I'm not even sure that I've seen Survival of the Fittest. It's actually kind of one of those obscure ones that kind of missed my mark. But they're all short pieces, and yet they all feel like lengthy stories. Like your mind fills in the gaps, which is brilliant. I mean, it's like one of those sort of 3-second video kind of things, only 20 times longer. Anyway,
all right. if I could just interrupt, I promised Salatothon that if we won the Saxxys, if we both won, and actually I promised with Neri Guman and a bunch of previous winners of the Saxxys that what we'd do if we won is we'd get together in a Team Fortress 2 server, do Groot keep Saxxys only.
Has your Saxxy dropped yet, sir?
I don't know.
That's
I should check.
Fire up your game right now and find out if you've got your Saxxy.
I will do it.
Excellent.
Is there a way to screen share here on Skype?
Yeah, you can. You can screen share on Skype. Just go to... Let me see. It's... What is it? It's call something?
It's the little plus button and then share screens?
Under call on the menu and then share screens.
There we go. I hope it works.
You can only share your... I think it kills everybody else's microphone, though, if we do... Oh, no, hang on. I accidentally clicked it, I think, maybe. No, I don't think I did.
Something's happening.
Yep.
Oh.
We can see you and me.
Quickly, look for the pornography folder. Wait.
That's a messy desktop.
That is appalling.
Yes,
it is. You should be ashamed.
Yes, it's incredibly messy. I didn't clean. I didn't know we'd have company.
You didn't know you'd have guests.
Yes. I'm just getting out of classes, so all of this was like in a rush.
What are you doing at the moment?
Yeah. Right now, I'm booting up TF2.
No. You don't animate for a living. Obviously, you just said that you don't.
No.
Do you?
Well, yet.
Oh no.
Let's have a yet in there.
Yeah, yet. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Valve headquarters, meeting with the creators, and I still can't believe it. This is so lucid. It's like, oh wow. Yeah, I attend Savannah College of Art and Design. I just got out of there. And let me tell you, doing Little Guardian Pyro, especially during finals week, yeah, that was a real challenge. It pushed us all to the limit. But I think we came up with obviously we came up with something that Valve liked. So there you go.
I think you came up with something that an awful lot of people liked, and I think...
Thank you.
Thoroughly deserved the win. I've got to tell you, we can't actually see your screen at the moment. It's just gone into a pure blank.
We can
blank
see the cursor.
background.
Yeah.
We can see the cursor occasionally.
Well,
I don't know whether it's your PC just loading.
If I can just tell you my backpack. I'm checking my backpack now, and
Whoa, guys! I just realised we're missing something.
What
We need an acceptance speech.
Of course.
oh my!
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Over to you.
Let me just get it back so you can see my face, so I can look into the viewer's eyes, as it were. Okay.
Acceptance cough?
Except, yes. I would like to thank all of the members of the team. I would like to thank Keaton, Chow Fanatic. I forget his real name, but I thank him too. I'd like to thank Harry for providing such great publicity, doing a phenomenal job with the sound editing, because he did the sound editing. Hassan Abdullah, beautiful job with the music. You made it shine. You gave Little Guardian Pyro its soul, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so very, very much, August Lulum. You were there with me from the beginning, and even though it was, we had our rough times,
you saw, my silly little idea, and you saw a good short in it, and you helped me bring it to win best overall. And thank you. I'd like to thank my brother, who's actually right over there, and who helped me workshop up the idea during writing. And I'd like to thank my family for supporting me and letting me choose to, pursue to become an animator. Yeah, I'd also like to thank Valve, but that's obvious because they gave me the award.
It's okay, you can cry. It's
Woo!
allowed, but yeah,
Woo!
go on. Indeed. Hey. Excellent.
Take a bow.
Okay, guys, I want to run through the rest of the winners. Run nice and quick here. If we clip on to action, we have this Chinatown Getaway, heavy hitting Little Guardian Pyro and Wizard's Wrath. I'm not sure whether we're going to see. So as we saw last year when we had an overall winner that was best in category. They chose someone else. So we're looking at action with the winner for the action they've chosen as Chinatown Getaway. This created. I don't know who made this one. I don't know if anyone knows who made this one.
Hypo the Dragon. Well, that's his nickname on Steam, Hypo. He had done an entry last year which was nominated in Action 2. It was called Badwater Bebop, and I was really rooting for that one last year, but it didn't win. And I'm really, really, really super freaking happy that someone this year. Especially since, it was already really, really good last year, and he notched up to 11 this year, so freaking awesome.
We're seeing plenty of action in this one. Doug, you look enthralled.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was busy being enthralled.
Yeah. Sorry.
Clearly, that is the look of enthrallment.
Yeah, I remember the was it something Bebop last year? I remember that one, and
Badwater Bebop.
That was the one. I very much enjoyed that one last year, so I'm happy to see this one win too. So, well, not two, but win this year.
James, there's a lot of James McVinne. There's a lot of characterization in this one. You think that that maybe they did enough? Obviously, enough to win the category, but what needs to be done to set create an individualization from the Red Scout as opposed to the bulk of the Blue Scouts?
Well, it's very much like how he establishes the character, right? And he's done a really good job, and he did with last year as well. With he's really good at telling visual narrative through his framing and just through basic subtle little character movements and emotions he does through the faces. So he's able to give it quite a character through that, which works well for him.
There's a lot of sort of tight-in shots of individual people, individual faces, and things that aren't necessarily generally associated with being fully expressive, like just the hand. And some really interesting shots as well. Just seeing the kind of the spinning moment in slow-mo. Is it difficult to do that kind of thing to make the whole sort of SFM slow down?
No, not really. I think it's pretty basic because most people tend to just animate it directly in slow motion. If they want to, and animating in slow motion lets you bypass a lot of issues because you can get away with a lot more mistakes. Because you wouldn't really notice them if they're in the general proper momentum. But it always ends up looking pretty awesome regardless of what you do.
I'm actually transfixed. I totally know where Doug's coming from for this one. It is good watching. And it's beheading moments like that really sort of set it apart.
You just like people being beheaded, Agro.
I do actually just like watching people beheaded, particularly in this game. It's just the T-bone, the steak that's left of as a neckline afterwards. It's so unmessy. I like normal beheadings. When you animate, James McVinne, JimboMcB, when you were animating a lot less, there were a lot less hats and the like. Do you think this is sort of added to the possibilities available in SFM now?
I think a lot of the heart-based technology has definitely opened it up a bit, but I think they can add to it, but they're definitely not needed, and can still make great movies without great hats. It's my word of advice. Yeah, I think that's what I got. That's... Yeah. I'm not really sure where to go with that.
Sorry, I was just distracted by... I hope that was a glass of milk that he poured from the crate there, as opposed to all that effort for a can of piss.
It's an awesome video, but there is a faint feeling of sadness in me that there wasn't some really bad dubbing in it.
Oh, missed
You know what I mean?
opportunity!
I don't know.
I would have set it aside. It's still won, though. It's still won the action category.
Fight me! Exactly.
That's it. You try and insult an entire region.
Really all of the entrants were phenomenal this year. I really gotta say.
Oh, stop being so goddamn smug.
I'm freaking out. I can't believe it. Okay, if I had to say, like another short that I thought would win best overall, I thought it might have been Chinatown Getaway. I really liked that. Yeah, that was good. A lot of effort. You could tell a lot of effort was put into it.
Yeah.
I was also kind of worried about A Fragile Dream, because it looked very impressive, and yeah, it had a lot of special effects, a lot of scene changes that looked beautiful. I thought that might, maybe win best overall, but yeah, congratulations to all the winners. They deserve it. They really did. To Salado-thon and to the creators of Till Death Was Part 2 and Disruption, because I really love Disruption. It was almost a lampoon of the Saxxys, and I thought it was so clever.
Oh yeah.
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 I like at first I was like, what is it? Is this yet another dramatic execution moment? And it was like, I loved that lot so much when I saw how it was played. It kind of reminded me of a Pixar short, but I don't remember the name, but it was amazing. The concept was really great.
Really smart, I think so. I love Disruption.
We featured Disruption on the show either last week or the week before. It is a very smart piece of humour. More than anything else. In fact, it brings us nicely on to what is the next category. It is the comedy category. The nominations for this were Disruption, Meet the Workshop, Office Fortress, and Quest for the Demo Night Final Level Playthrough. Possibly the longest title to any SFM video there has ever been. Winner for this category was in fact Disruption, so good call on that one. What was it that drew you to this in particular? I mean, is it just the lampooning? Is there style to it? Is there structure to it and form and beauty?
Yeah, because I've always felt like doing a dramatic piece using the TF2 characters is almost self-defeating because they're so cartoony. And death means nothing in the TF2 universe. You die and then you come back. So like when you have like dark stuff with like characters die. So when it like starts off like with the slow music and the hologram spy, it's like I thought like it would be your generic Saxi drama thing. But then the juxtaposition of switching that and like a heavy with a bucket on its head and doing a little dance. That in fact, Disruption's one of the only Saxi entries this year that really made me laugh.
Which is important for the comedy section.
Yeah.
It helps a lot, I find.
Do you think...
I might be able to argue the opposite with my last year's entry. Whatever.
Musky's looking very stone-faced. He has opinions on last year's entry from you, Max.
Well, okay, let's clear this up right now. You needed a fairy set for the heavy, and there's a perfectly good fairy set made by a very handsome, charismatic individual not a million miles from me, and you didn't use it. I'm just like, what? Why'd you do this to me? Why?
At first we were using it, and then we wanted to, like, you know, like shine it up. So like we use, you know, the wings with the nice effect from Halloween, you know, the engineer's B wings, and actually we ended up replacing, and there was none of your set left. Sorry.
And that's it.
I thought you ended up using the tiara in the end.
Or was it? Wait, the tutu. Was the tutu on him? I can't believe anyone else made a tutu, right?
Well, I'm sorry, my connection cropped out. What did you say?
Wait, didn't you use the tutu? Because I can't imagine anyone else would actually make a tutu for the heavy. I mean, come on.
I think, yeah, we did use it. Yes.
I mean, essentially, I'm gonna try.
If that's any consolation,
I'm gonna try and come to find some kind of forgiveness and conclusion in my heart, but it's gonna take time to get through that level of pain. Essentially.
Sorry, Brent. Is there a little bit of extra
Yes.
audio going on your microphone at the moment? It sounds a little bit sort of wind tunnely at the moment. Is that just
That
the
would
sound?
that would be a fan that is
Right.
right next to the mic. Sorry.
Generally, we call that in the business a poor job, sir.
Oh,
You certainly
There
have
you
the
are,
animation
blaming me on
down
chat.
in terms of your mic abilities. It is somewhat lacking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm kind of frazzled.
Yeah, there we go. You see, it's gone. The fame has gone to your head already. You have people
All right,
for
yes.
this. You have people for this, and you no longer need to take responsibility for your mic infractions. Right. So I think a very, very clear winner. Disruption, gentlemen. Did anyone have a horse in the race? Did anyone fancy anything other than disruption from the category? I'm looking at you, the Jameses.
I actually did kind of like Office Fortress. I think it's the one I'm thinking of.
It was one of the nominations.
Oh yeah. I liked Office Fortress. I found that one really nice. It's an interesting idea as well. I like the base concept for it is something which hasn't been attempted before in SFM, so it was something fresh, which I'm always happy to see, and it was really nicely executed.
Just seeing this now, it's weird. There's a little bit of what's that one? Almost wish Hideous was here. It's a little bit of sort of Stanley Parable to it.
oh yeah.
Like this is the real world that the characters actually live in and work in. Their 9 to 5 is this strange kind of well, strange. It's normal. It's a normal office world. Sadly, they're not. They're only heroes in their own heads, kind of thing.
Hey, James, that's bringing a question from me. You say that the concept was very fresh, which was really good, but for you, what would you say is the most overdone, like what are the most overdone SFM video concepts that people should be avoiding?
Well, the funny thing is, the reason I love Disruption so much is because it's
Besides,
basically
the
mocking.
whole,
It's mocking the
dramatic
thing which I
assassination
hate
that
the most.
Disruption
Yeah.
was poking fun at.
It's like set in 2 for it, which is the biggest thing. There are so many SFM videos that are set in 2 for it.
Anything with executions or kind of like suicide or any kind of really dark kind of things like that, it's just like it's really easy to get a strong feeling out of them, but it's kind of weak for storytelling.
How about stories that only have one word in them?
Like
Jim,
what?
Like I know.
No.
Like the word.
Well, I was going to
Oh,
say
I like
it's
this.
funny coming from me, but I think like stories that use the kind of standard TF2 voice clips. It's been what 6 years since TF2's release, and hearing these voice clips used in movies, it kind of kills it for me. And I realize it's like silly hearing it from me because I made a movie based on that, and it's what people tend to know me as. But I think that kind of ruins it for me. I think it's much better to not have dialogue, or maybe use not voice lines, but kind of like grunting sounds, injured sounds that they make.
Well,
but as soon as I hear...
I do think that using the new voice lines that they recorded, because they keep on recording voice lines like for Halloween events and stuff that are like really long, and you never really hear them in the game, and they're just so ripe for animation because the voice actors are just so good and so animated.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad with the new voice lines. It's like the same few voice lines that I keep hearing in like the same TF2 Source Filmmaker movies over and over, and I don't know, it kind of kills it for me. And it's nice to see when people don't do that, or maybe use their own voice acting, as long as it's not terrible and takes us out of the whole film.
We've got a fair chunk of SFM animators here from the past and from the future. And from the current world as well. Would you guys say it's fair to say that you would like to see maybe a voice pack of lines that have been specifically released that aren't in the game, just so that animators can make use of them? Or is that going too far in the other direction?
That's a little pie in the sky. I seriously would doubt that they'd do that just for like animators and stuff.
It would be pretty cool. I mean, Valve, they're all in their separate teams, but the Left 4 Dead team did that a while back, not for Source Filmmaker, but for custom maps specifically. They sent out an email to all the Left 4 Dead mappers saying, we're going to be getting voice actors in. Do you want custom voice lines, which will be good for your custom campaigns? And, they sent this out and got a bunch of custom voice lines implemented, and it was great of Valve to do that, and it definitely added to the custom campaigns that used these voice lines. So it would be nice, but that's a lot of work. And
it's something that we're discussing on last Critscast, and that is, I don't know how much a voice actor costs, but it can't be that much, right?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Depends on the voice actor, really. I mean, I've always wanted to, ever since I heard some of Jerma's videos, that I thought he has such a great voice. Because I saw the one with him and Star playing Spy Party, and like he said something. Oh yeah, he said like, "You're the guy in the mustard jacket," and it's like I got you pegged. Jerma has such a great voice. I would totally wish I could like animate something with him, and he could voice like the Scout or something, because he has a good voice. Like YouTube celebrities, you could probably get for voice acting. I know that one Saxi entry got JonTron to voice a Scout. But, if you wanted to get, like, a real good voice actor with, like, a high-quality mic recording lines just for you, probably would have to throw something their way.
From that point of view, would you be better off if you're going to have not the original cast doing the voice lines for you? Are you better off having someone who does good voices, as in their own voices? Or are you better off having someone who does very good impressions of the character voices?
No, I think that it's always better to go with your own voice acting rather than... I know it's going to be weird, like seeing the Scout, but he has a different voice. But really, if you can't afford or you can't get good impersonators, that it really is best just to use your own voices, which a lot of Saxys did, and I think that's
I just wish
for the best.
that the team that made Sega Racing felt the same. Do you know what I mean?
I know, it was, I mean, they didn't even try with the pyro with that one. It's like, oh well. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I find with the voice acting stuff, not using any at all is always a really good practice, because it really teaches you how to convey a story through emotion and visual storytelling, which is a really good key thing you can learn from doing any kind of video production. So the more I see of those, and the more I understand from without having to have a single word read to me, the better it is, I find.
I'm thinking comes to mind is the original sort of red versus blue moments, or maybe even looking at it from a different angle, the stuff that Nerf Now was producing, these original comic books where there were no words, it was all conveyed with just pictures.
Exactly. Like Solace as well.
I mean, geez, if you want to get back to that, just look at like silent films. Like they seem very slow paced to the modern eye because, like, I mean, these days you're having like screen cuts all the time. But like, if you look at the old films, like, although they're very slow paced, and you have to kind of take that into account, they've still got something about them. And hell, if it comes to it, just like, whack a film grain over it, desaturate the whole thing, and just have words coming up. Bam, done.
Wow. So finally, drama. Now we're in the topic of drama. While watch Rusky 2. I don't know, because the last person talking, Rusky 2 is on full camera.
You're running out of olives there, Rusky 2.
No live olives left, but they're so good.
Indeed. We go on to drama. Fragile Dream has already been mentioned by is it Cobalt that was saying that it was a good entry there. Have Frozen in Love, Run, and Till Death Do Us Part. Before we reveal the winner for this one, in fact, I don't know who the winner is until I press the button. Any joy for any love for these guys?
I really loved Run. I thought that it was a contained story. I thought that it was so good. The cinematography was really good, and it was like it didn't use the full 5 minutes, but it didn't need to because it like told a nice story, and I think it was good.
I think Run was definitely well made. There was something, I mean, not to put the guy down, but there was something with it that, I don't know, I didn't quite like. I think it might have been the sound or something. It felt pretty grating at times in terms of like the actual sound. I can understand how that's the intention, but it was pretty, I don't know, it was very well made, but there were bits in it where I was getting a bit tired of it.
I think it would have benefited if it used some sort of color correction for the flashback stuff, I feel, as well as like some minor changes. But who am I to say? I think they did a great job, and they deserve to be one of the finalists.
Wait,
and possibly the winner.
You're like one of the grand winners. That's who you are to say, and don't you forget that.
I actually have a bit of a complaint about this. It's that, it's the drama category, but as we said, TF2, because it's TF2, it's not really well suited for drama. And it makes me a bit sad because, since the Saxi Awards, the prize is just about TF2, it's a TF2 weapon. And in SFM, by default, there's not much else besides TF2 content installed by default. Well, my point is, it would be really nice if Valve encouraged SFM with something else than TF2. Because it's like, for example, it's a pain in the ass to get Dota content working. If you want content from other games, you have to copy paste manually. You have to run Python script to fix stuff. It's really messy. And it would be really nice if they encouraged entries using other games too next year.
I'll be sure to mention that to the... I'll be sure to mention
like all
that
the Left Dead stuff, I think, is the shame. Like all the maps, I did what I could, and I haven't checked on the state of it recently, but I had to do so much work to put out like the Left 4 Dead 2 compatibility thing I made that actually let a lot of the infected be usable in Source Maker. And it's sad to say it because there's so much potential content there to be used, but it's not being utilized. So
I'm sorry. The co-director for Little Guardian Pyro is asking if he can be on Critscast here.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah,
sure thing.
Glory.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll invite him on. I'm not familiar with Skype, so someone's gonna have to help me. Skype. How do I invite people here?
You have to click the plus at the bottom.
Then add people to this.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Not sure I've seen Till Death Do Us Part 2.
Oh, Aggro.
Yeah.
When you actually get to the winner of this section, just look at the names. There's a friend of ours on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just ask, Brent? Will everyone in your team get a Saxi then?
Everyone will get a Saxi.
Few, isn't there?
Yeah, there are 6 people in total, and I'm sure that everyone gets a Saxi. That's how it was last year. Everyone involved, everyone listed on the thing, all the contributors got a Saxi. My concern is Will all the contributors be traveling to Valve? I certainly hope so.
I guess that's the thing to discuss with
and
them,
here's
really,
my
isn't it?
co-director right now. You'll have to forgive him because he's, I believe, in a bus terminal or something at the moment, getting
Let's
rained
give him a
on.
hearty welcome.
Oh, right. That's
Well, as long as he's wearing a bow tie in that bus station, all is well.
My goodness. We're all part of the good bow tie group here celebrating the Saxxys.
Yep.
In style.
Oh,
fun with the call at the moment,
Skype,
apparently.
Skype crashed for him.
That's something to look forward to. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back into the call as soon as his bus arrives, or maybe the rain stops. Whereabouts is he at the moment? Is he in England?
Oh, August?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're both in America.
You're an American?
Yeah. You couldn't tell by my accent?
No, not at all. I think the call is that shitty that I can't tell by your accent.
No. Sorry. Yes, I'm in Florida right now. Oh. Are you there, August?
August, are you there?
the bus station sounds like it's there, but
August.
I am trying to be here.
Yay! August.
Am I here?
August.
Am I here?
Yes,
you are
You're
here, sir.
a freaking winner.
I am here.
Congratulations, August,
Wow.
winner of the Saxi Awards 2013. Welcome to Quitscast. You are live on the air at the moment. There are currently 89 people listening to your voice. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm still processing it in my head. I don't know. I think it might hit me later, but right now I'm just kind of it's just all kind of trying to connect. Like, I won? Just...
Dude, congratulations. Thank you for helping me make a terrific, fantastic, phenomenal, amazing short. Thank you.
It was mostly you, man. I mean, you came up with the story, like, immediately after the last Saxxys. And you had it all planned out, and I guess I was just along for the ride.
Well, I'm glad I was along for the ride with you.
You make it sound you were doing this for 12 months. How long did you actually spend doing this video?
I had the idea for the longest time, and about September I wrote up a script for it. And then it was late September when we started working on creating the custom models for it. And then it just went on from there. It wasn't until about the last month where we really got the ball rolling, because it was just me and August for until like 1 month until the Saxxys were done, until like Source Filmmaker had their little thing where they said the Saxxys are coming up. And that was the time when we thought, okay, now we need to find a sound designer, now we need to find a composer. And we did that. August did that. He found the people, he got them in touch, and man, did we make a good short. Man.
August, does this make you the production manager, or what's your entire role on this?
Well, I guess, but normally, what happened was Cobalt approached me with the script, and originally he asked if we could just shrink the original mercs down.
I told him about
and I was
that.
like, yeah. And then, Cobalt, did you show them that picture of the original idea on your artworks tab?
Oh, I haven't shown them any pictures. This is just live. We're rolling with it. Yeah.
Yeah, he has like a picture of the original idea on his Steam.
Yeah, I did. It's on my profile under images.
Yeah.
I
thought it was under
That is
artwork.
a noisy bus station you're at.
It is a very noisy. Could you ask
Well, traditionally bus stations are loud.
Yep.
But I get you.
All right. Well, I'll see you. Like, if we get our Saxxy tonight, I'll totally see you at the TF2 thing, but we're gonna have it to group keep Saxxys only. All right. I think he's gone. You might be gone.
I will see you there. I will probably be in a hotel.
Awesome.
Thanks for coming on the show, August.
It's been a pleasure, and Looks like my bus is about to get here, so
Perfect
I guess I'm
timing.
gonna have to go.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Awesome.
See ya.
It's good to know that even famous winners of the Saxi Awards still use public transport.
Underneath, they're just like us.
Only slightly more awesome.
Just to get a little more talented.
Speak for myself, Rusky. You're massively talented.
Well,
But not that great at
Massively
eating
talented
olives.
at eating olives,
Yeah,
that's for
yeah.
sure.
It's talent all its own. Anyway, gentlemen, the last award this evening is, of course, for drama. We've seen a couple of the nominees. I think it's time to reveal the winner, which is Till Death Do Us Part 2, which I have
Nice
just
play on
been
words.
playing. I'm looking through and I'm seeing a few
at the
names on
names.
here. We have Rebecus, who I believe is one of your cohorts, Max. Benjamoose, who is
He's a dark horse.
responsible for a variety of things.
Yeah. So what I know Benjamin's from is every now and then we hang out and he'll pull out his Dalacus bar and I'll pull out my brass beast and we just lament about the stats of our terrible items. It's, you know, we bonded over that. It's wonderful.
What a thing to have a bond over. In fact, I don't know whether everybody else. It's one of those guys who's been so deeply involved in the world of Team Fortress 2 for such a very long time. If you remember back on the blog when they released an update saying that it was time to celebrate the awesomeness that is Tom Bowie. The Tom Bowie theme song came from Benjamoose. It was orchestrated and delivered by Benjamoose.
Such an amazing voice. His voice is just.
It is. It's chocolate, silky.
It's like a warm
smooth,
cup of hot chocolate.
on a cold
Yeah.
winter's evening.
Although I think Sir Grey were the competitor. In fact, if anyone's thinking about people to get in for voices for next year's Saxys, if they got Benjamoose and Sir Grey in,
Yeah.
I'd upvote it.
I don't care what the video would be at that point. I'd upvote it just to hear
Just
their
get them
voices.
to read out a shopping list between them, and it'll sound amazing.
In fact, I'm putting it down now here. If anybody who's listening this evening, in fact, if any of our panel this evening wants to submit an entry for Saxy's 2014, I dare you to just invite those two gentlemen on and do a Saxy's of the two of them reading together their various shopping lists. Use whatever characters you like, and I think that would be an ultimate winner, without a shadow of a doubt. It is the sound, it is the song, it is the beauty of the piece that makes the mark upon this world.
Okay, just in the name of drama, we've had a few people saying here that people trying to get those deep, heartfelt emotions out of Team Fortress 2, and we're in the drama category here. So this film does have that whole feel what they're feeling.
The feels. I've got feels.
Okay, so how do you approach this?
Is that to me?
Anyone.
It was
who
to
wants to
anyone.
get
It
up.
was a trick question to see who
Carefully.
respond.
I enjoyed it. With the drama category, I just go with it the approach that I completely ignore the fact it's TF2 and just look at it as a piece of entertainment, because I just can't make that connection after seeing how Valve handle their IP. How other people seeing it as a drama, I just can't make that connection. So viewing it, ignoring the fact it's TF2 and just as a piece of entertainment.
So would
I
you
just
say
see
you
there's
kind
a
of
lot
have
difference
to
there.
look past the characters then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also on this one, I'm going to butcher this name, but Joji, I think it's pronounced. He did one of the first really big TF2 videos, the first big SFM videos, which was Just One More Hat, the music video, back when SFM first got released. It's nice to see him get something as well this time around.
Are we seeing a lot of sort of recycling of names then? I mean, is there?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Well, it seems like a lot of people who didn't get anything last year have come back with a vengeance, like Brent, especially, for example, who was get to.
Yeah, I
as he
lost
wanted
with
to, but
Pyro
I'm
and
sure it
Love.
makes up for it this year. So yeah, it's good to see these people who definitely deserve the attention getting it. And it's a bit spread out this time around as well.
See, the thing is, I really like the NG Pyro relationship, and that's kind of what originally Pyro and Love was about. It was supposed to be about an engineer and a pyro, and with this one in Little Guardian Pyro, it also has the whole engineer pyro relationship.
They are basically best buds. They look after each other.
Yes. So, which is what I had in the super cool "Don't look at each other" fist bump in Little Guardian Pyro.
Yeah, notice that. That was the you've done it so many times that you don't even have to look anymore. You know it's coming and you know where to respond.
Yeah.
Beautiful moments. Well, I think we are leading to the very end of today's presentation. For the Saxxy Awards 2013, we've seen a lot of great contenders.
Taking off the bow tie.
And yeah, it's loosen the bow tie. And we've seen some terrific winners. And just want to say, sort of a last-ditch congratulations to everyone who took part, but especially to this year's winner, the team behind Little Pyro.
Little Guardian Pyro.
Little Guardian Pyro. I mean, we'll get that right eventually, but probably not today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little Guardian Pyro. A big shout out to everyone who's been on our panel this evening. James McVinne, Rusky Doo, Max of S2D, JimboMcB, Doug, who has been mostly silent, and of course Brent, otherwise known as CobaltGemini. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You've been wonderful. You've been beautiful. And I hope you remain as beautiful as you have been this evening for the rest of your lives.
Thank you. It was great. It was great being on. Thank you for having me.
Right. Good night, people. And
thank you.
Sweet dreams. Please don't have nightmares.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Nighty night.